I wonder if it's going to record on my computer or. Well, hello everyone. I'm so excited to be here. We're going to start trainings. I have trainings booked every week. Every other week, you're going to be with me. Every other week, you're going to be with somebody else, and some of them are in our downline. And what I'm thinking is going to be really fun is that there are a lot of people in our downline, in our group, that have a lot to share, okay? And I don't think people actually realize how special, how amazing, how incredible you truly are. And how are you really supposed to step into the leadership role unless you step into the leadership role? So, so I went out and I asked a few of my group to do some trainings. And Max said, you know what? I'll do it. She's terrified, but she's like, I'm going to do it anyway. And this is what this business is all about, right? It's about doing things even though we're afraid of. And I'm like, okay, you're going to lead the meeting. So sometimes when I have Journey, it's just really hard because if I'm on a training for an hour, there's no way I could put her to bed by myself and she'll just stick around. And then we have a horrible morning. And I just that's just a boundary that I know that I created in my life that I really need to stick to. So I really, really appreciate you guys. We're going to start having these every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and maybe 1 month I'll move it to 8 just to see if we get more or less people, because there's going to be people that are going to watch the replay. But this business is all about growth. And I think that it's not just me that has things to share. I know a lot of you guys have a lot to share. So I'm going to welcome Max. I'm so excited and pumped that she's going to come here and talk to you guys about whatever she wants to talk to you. And I really invite you guys to chat and
interact.
Yes. Okay. So when it's your turn to lead the meeting, you'll really these balloons when it's like bedtime.
Emma literally had those the other day too.
Oh,
and she was, we need to fill them up with water. And I was like, not today.
Not right now. Right now. I think I need to wash my hair. I have lots of dandruff. It's so itchy, but I got stung by a bee, and after you get stung or whatever, you heal. So when healing happens, you're usually itchy. Anyway, I'm really no further ado. I'm super pumped. Max has really grown, has really shined. No, you're not. Yeah, I am. No. Journey, you're not going outside. Putting your bathing suit on. It's too cold. So I'm really pumped for her. And sometimes when I'm speaking. So I know that sometimes we have to fake it to make it. We have to put ourselves up there. Sometimes we got to try change things. We got to change the light. We got to move around. And how better to move things around, really pump up your business by getting really outside your comfort zone and lead a freaking meeting. I think this is so exciting, Max. I'm super pumped. I'm definitely going to be watching the replay because I'll be off and on. Okay. So I'm super pumped. And thank you for doing this. And look, it looks like we have a cute little crowd here. So guys.
I like it.
Yeah, keep the conversation going, and I am so excited to watch the replay. So thank you, Max. I'm going to put you on the spotlight. You're now in control.
Cool. Thank you. So my name is Max. I've been with Scentastic for a little while now. I started a long time ago, just out of high school, I think. So I was a little bit too young to kind of really commit to it. So I did end up falling off, and then I came back a couple years ago now. I think 2020, I think I came back. So my name's Max. I live in Sudbury. I have a daughter who's about the same age as Journey. So that's always fun. And they may be coming back home at some point, but I told them I'm doing this, so hopefully they won't interrupt us. But she's with Daddy, so we're good. So when Nick me to talk. Oh, by the way, you may see me looking on my script. I have a little bit of a script, but I'm also good at talking. So I also have 1,500 words, but I don't know how long that's going to last because I talk a lot and I talk fast. So it'll either be really short or really long. So I'm not really sure. We'll see how it goes.
And Max, no pressure. If the meeting ends up being only 15, 20, 30 minutes, it's okay. Guys, we're in a new era. Becky's going to be talking next month. I'm going to get Mary to talk 1 month. We're just going to be, maybe Kelly, I'm going to ask you to come and speak. And this is how we're going to grow. And this is a safe place, right? How are we supposed to grow unless we do this type of thing? So we are a sisterhood and we got to pump each other up. So I'm super pumped. So no pressure.
Yeah, so we'll see how long it takes. I'm not really sure. I didn't time myself. I did practice quickly once, but anyways, so what was I gonna say? So you may see me looking a little bit at my script, just a little bit. But when Nick asked me to talk, I was right away interested. Like I was like, okay, yeah, I could do this because, like I said, I can talk. But then I was like, what am I gonna talk about? Like, I'm not a superstar. I'm not, like super up there or anything, but I feel like I am blessed with the ability to talk and hopefully inspire. I have been told that a few times. So it is something that's innate in me, and I've always been complimented on. So definitely, whatever gifts you guys have, like you got to use them, right? So today I did want to talk about a few different things and hopefully not go off on too many tangents. But I do want to just talk about communication, basically. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but what I can offer you is like my experience, my natural abilities when it comes to communication. So why did I want to talk about this? Well, I find communication is like the most important things in life. Like honestly, communicating and connecting is a skill that like will give you an upper hand on getting what you want out of life. Anthony Robbins once said, "The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your communication," and I feel like that is so true because when you think about like personal relationships, if you're arguing with a spouse, like I mean, me and my spouse, I feel like we're getting better at arguing. I feel like there's like you can get better at the way you argue, but also at the way you resolve conflict. So that's just an example of how communication can be so important in your life. But of course, we're talking about business, and of course, communication is super important in your business. It's literally like the foundation of our business. Like, let's face it, no people, no business. Like, our business is network marketing, so it is revolved around networking, with people and all of that. So I'm going to offer you some of my tips, just based, again, I'm not an expert or anything, but just based on my experience, what I've noticed, some self development and self education that I've done over the years. Here's just some things that I've noticed. So my number one tip is, you guys probably all know this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Keep it simple. So obviously, there is so much stuff going on, especially like if you just think about the Facebook world. Like, remember when Facebook first launched, there wasn't all these articles and all this marketing for like everything. There's so much stuff on Facebook now. People are getting flooded, right? So we don't want to be sending them obviously a huge spammy kind of message all about Scentsy, especially if we haven't talked to them in a long time, or they're at work, they don't have time to look at it. And of course, in our generation, you're most likely to probably be left unread. So we definitely want to keep it simple, which leads me to my next tip, which would be make a true connection, and take time to listen to people. Like, I'm going to slow down. I'm going to take some water because I'm going really fast. Hang on. Okay. So, yeah, you definitely want to take the time to actually make connections with people, actually try to make friends with them. Like, there's so many ways of doing this business, of course, but at the core of it, like I said, obviously it's about building connections with people. And doesn't that end up being like the most lovely gift if you actually do end up connecting with somebody and making friends with somebody again, or reconnecting with somebody? So definitely don't aim to go push Scentsy right away. I mean, it's just so important to just like talk to people, try to make friends with them. You can talk to them for like a week, a month without bringing up Scentsy, and it's totally fine because you are still building a foundation with these people, right? Which I've been doing a lot recently, and it's really nice. I'm actually like, I feel bad because you don't want to go into a conversation and be like, my only goal is to try to recruit them as a customer, even though in the back of your head you're like, oh, it would be really cool. I get it. So like, it's kind of tricky, like in your brain, but then in the end you do end up just making connections with people, and then you do feel more comfortable asking them to either come to a party or throw a party or join your team or whatever, and obviously they're much more likely to say yes. But even if they do end up saying no in the end, you still have a connection. Like, it's still a win-win. You still make a connection. Maybe they'll refer you to somebody else that may be interested. And maybe you'll just walk away as a friend, like I said. So we do, I don't know about you guys, but I'm an extrovert, as you can see, like I can talk and stuff, but over the past couple of years, I've become a little bit more introverted. I don't know if it's also coming with age or whatever we've just been through in the past couple of years, but I definitely have tendencies to like self-isolate lately, and it's super weird. So I'm trying to come back out of that. And I feel like a lot of people feel the same way. So I feel like even just reaching out and talking to your people, or people that you haven't talked to in a while, like, people genuinely love that, and they do want to connect with people. I feel like it's an inherent human trait to want to connect with people. So yeah. Yep, I said that. Cool. Okay. So number 3, I'm starting to be really passionate about this, but basically the title is Use Your Words Wisely. So words can carry such a weight and such so much meaning. Like, I feel like words have so much more meaning than we give them credit for. Like, the way you say something is so important. Obviously your intention is very important as well, but words constructed in a certain way can really change everything, you know what I mean? So have you ever seen, I don't know about you guys, but have you ever seen those TikToks where people um like rephrase something they want to say to their boss, but like in a professional way? I think those are super neat. It just proves like the power of words. So I wish I had examples for you, because I really wanted to have some, but I don't have any. Even at my 9 to 5 job, I find myself helping people kind of rephrase the way they want to say things, whether they want to be like more assertive or just more like friendly and kind. So yeah, just be mindful of the words that you're using as well. As an example, did you know that studies show that people's favorite sound to hear is actually their names? So you can look this up. But using people's names is so, so powerful. Obviously, it makes it more personal, but it's just, even just having a conversation with somebody, if they say my name kind of often, it makes me feel good. Like, it's a weird psychology thing, but definitely want to use people's names more often. So instead of thanks, girl, like maybe say thanks, Anik. And it just makes it feel more personal, more like, I don't know, it gives me the like fuzzy feelings. So definitely a cute little tip that you can add. Like I said, number 4 is your intention. So obviously we know that intention matters as well when you're communicating with somebody. And people feel it, like even through text, sometimes it's misconstrued. Sometimes it's misconstrued, but your intention is usually felt right away, you know? So definitely make sure your intentions are good, which kind of leads me to my next point, which is be real and approachable, and don't overly sugarcoat. Now, let me explain what I mean by this, because obviously part of our business is to be like super excited, share our excitement, like this is awesome stuff going on. And obviously we want to be super optimistic and positive. Don't get me wrong, I'm all about that, like I really am. But let's face it, first of all, sometimes we're not feeling it 100%. Sometimes we're a little bit down in the dumps. And sometimes we try to be overly optimistic, but it doesn't really come through as authentic, if you know what I mean. So perhaps in that scenario, you can use like a different approach. Perhaps you can dig a little bit deeper and share what Scentsy means to you, or like how much that one little paycheck really helped you out that month, or whatever. So definitely be real. Don't sugarcoat it. My point is that sometimes people's perspectives of MLMs are, you know, a little clouded. Sometimes people don't believe that everything is amazing and everything is perfect all the time. Like, people see through that, right? Like, it's not always rainbows and butterflies, and it's okay. Obviously, we're not going to be sharing bad things, of course, but people do want to know the truth, the real truth. Like, they want to know that regular people are doing this just like them, so that they can do it as well. I'm trying to think of like a good example for this, but I think you guys know what I mean. Like, some people seem like maybe overly optimistic, and you're kind of like, that doesn't seem real. Do you know what I mean? But yes, of course, if you're freaking excited, take control of that and like write all those posts. Cause when I do get in one of those moods where I'm like super pumped up, that's when I'll like make all my posts or stuff like that, because I'm feeling that energy and it will translate. So I think that's like super important too. What was I gonna say? So yeah, so basically just like I said, so the regular people feel like we are just regular people and there are ups and downs. It's not always rainbows and butterflies, but if you do put the work in, it's totally worth it and it does pay off. So that was my number 5 tip. Number 6 is always show them that they can what they can gain from this experience. So on a personal level, after getting to know them, that's when you kind of get a feel for exactly how this can change their life if we're talking about recruiting, and the products too, because the products can change your life too. But whether they brought up like being short on cash, or they feel isolated, or they need a creative outlet, these are all like super exciting approaches that you can use once you've actually built that foundation and connected with people. What else? Oh yeah, so I was gonna mention one of the last meetings I attended. I'm sorry, Anik, I've missed a few, but it was when we had the huge discounted join kit. I forget the exact price. Sometime in March, I think it was March. Anyways, and she gave me like an aha moment when it comes to kind of rephrasing your words and showing your intention, kind of. So what she had said was, it would be a disservice to you not to share the opportunity, or to share the opportunity with you, because of all the gifts that Scentsy has given me. So just the way she said that, like, it's a disservice not to share this opportunity with you. And I literally used that line everywhere when I spoke to people that I was reaching out to. And honestly, that was probably the first time I was really actively recruiting. And I actually was successful. I got one recruit. And even though I just got the one recruit, I'm really pumped about it. And it got me in the feel of it, you know, like it really got the ball rolling. And once it did, like I couldn't stop. I was so pumped up just to like, it's kind of like Anik said, like getting yourself out of your comfort zone. And as soon as you kind of break through that glass, like you feel so good and you're like, I'm doing it, you know? So I ended up reaching out to a bunch of people that I never thought I would have. And I'm really glad I did. Like I said, like as soon as I started, like I was like, oh, this person too. Like maybe I can reach out to this. Oh yeah, maybe this person. So like I definitely got the ball rolling just by having a nice way of saying it, like just the intention behind it. Like this is exactly how I feel. Like it is a disservice of me not sharing this with you. So I thought that was pretty cool. But that's it for my little tips. I'm gonna